We are minutes away from the start of the Pro Buggy Main here at the 2017 Roar Fuel Off-Road Nationals, and that's the reason we've all been here since many of us Tuesday and Wednesday, and of course all of you watching online back at home. I'm Aaron Waldron here with Mike Garrison, and we'll be bringing you the action from this 60-minute final to determine the 2017 Roar Fuel Off-Road Buggy National Championship. Mike, who you got?
Man, I don't know. It's such a tough call at this point. I think Ty Tessman obviously already taken home the truck title, so you can't count him out. He's starting first. But if the pattern continues, starting in the back of the pack seems to be kind of where the winners are coming from. So you can't count out some of the guys bumping up, possibly Cole Ogden, possibly some of the guys starting further down. Jared Tebow obviously laid down a TQ run in qualifying. I honestly don't have a pick at this point. It could be anybody.
Yeah, I think Cole Ogden might be the big story here. We'll have to see if he can carry that momentum from his incredible performance in the semi into potentially running for a podium finish or a win. We've got a bunch of drivers in here that would be looking for a first title, a bunch of drivers looking for a second title, a bunch of drivers that are just flat out glad that they're in the show. And who do you think is who's the driver that you're hoping for a big surprise from?
Man, I think honestly, I think it'd be awesome to see CJ Jellin.
Yeah.
CJ going to be the youngest driver on the driver's stand here in this one, I believe, correct?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I asked that question. That was a dumb question.
Yeah.
But CJ Jellin making his way into the final, and I'm stoked for him. I think that's super awesome. Kind of jealous of the kid, to be honest with you. I was somewhere hitting a T-ball or something when I was his age, not on the driver's stand with the world's best. So.
Yep, and we'll have to see between the drivers running up front. The starting grid here, Ty Tessman first, Ryan Mayfield second, Ryan Cavallari third, Alex Koskiushek finally making the main at the 8th Skill Buggy National Championships here, starts fourth. Spencer Rivkin, defending champion, rounds out the top 5. Then we got 2010 National Champion Jared Tebow in 6th. Mikey Page starts 7th. Cole Ogden, as we said, one of the dark horses here in 8th. Ryan Lutz looking for Techno RC's first national championship after a 3rd place finish earlier in truck is 9th. CJ Jellin, the young man, in 10th, disqualified himself from the junior final by making the final. I think that's an okay trade. Mike Truey, a former national champion back in 2008, starting 11th. 3-time national champion Adam Drake starts 12th. And then Blake Pickett in his first national championship final, 13th. And home track local Dakota Fenn racing in his in-laws' backyard. We'll have to see what he can do from the 14th spot. We've got a whole bunch of action coming up here, 60 minutes to determine a champion, and we're going to head back down trackside for the final race of the weekend here from State Line RC.
Did you see that? So right now our buggy final drivers making their warm-up laps right now. As you can see, sunny skies. We started out this week here in Fremont, Indiana with nothing but rain.
Torrential downpour.
Flooded grounds. Lake Live RC was located right outside the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
And now
I was wearing boots and a red poncho, looking like a Hershey's Kiss on Christmas.
You know what's bad? We have been here for so long. That seems like so long ago.
I know. That's because we haven't slept a whole lot.
That's true.
Here is
But
Ty
who needs
Tessman.
sleep?
Getting
boy.
a last-minute engine adjustment here to that OS Speed B2102.
Guy.
And there's Tim Long holding Ryan Mayfield's car in the 2nd spot.
Here we go. They are down and quiet. And they are off. Here we go. A 60-minute A main to determine the 2017 Roar Off-Road Fuel Nitro Buggy Champion.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Trouble right off the
Cavallari
start.
getting into Mayfield there in turn number 2.
Mayfield upside down again. So
Man.
Mayfield. Wow. And Tessman goes upside down on lap number 1. Here comes Ryan Cavallari now.
Trying to go around the outside. You see a hole developing there in the face of that tabletop, and that's what sort of stopped Cavallari's momentum. Cavallari looking for a way around Tessman in the S-turn. Tessman with a great line through the wave section. Spencer Rivkin jumping up to 3rd. Ogden up to 4th from 8th.
Unbelievable. Cole Ogden, ladies and gentlemen.
Cavallari to the inside of Tessman. Tessman punched her on the outside, though, able to hang on.
So Cavallari trying to show him a wheel right now. Cole Ogden has now worked his way up into the number 3 spot.
Wow.
Unbelievable for Cole Ogden right now as he chases down Ty Tessman and Ryan Cavallari.
The Atlanta native, Cole Ogden, on fire today.
Absolutely phenomenal run so far today, even if it ended right here. Cole Ogden's still going to be the talk of the 2017 Roar Nationals for sure. And right now, he's all the way up to 3rd, just ahead of Jared Tebow and Dakota Finn. Now Finn dropping down.
Yeah.
Rivkin jumping up into the number 5 spot, it looks like.
Still a terrific start from 14th on the grid to 6th for Dakota Finn. I was watching his wife nervously waiting for the results of the semifinals when I walked up there, and I told her, as long as he passes tech, like he made it in on time. She's like, really? Like, yeah, like we're watching the time on the way down there, and it's going to be fine. And then I walked over and I checked the laptop up in the scoring computer. I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, thank goodness. Like, big old sigh of relief.
Absolutely. Well, now Ty Tessman out to a little bit of Cole Ogden is now up to 2nd. So Ryan Cavallari had a little bobble on that lap. A 37.8 dropped him back. And here we're looking at Cole Ogden, the Mugen Seeker driver.
This is madness. Anyone who thought that the semifinal performance there was a fluke is eating their words now. Yeah, Mike Garrison.
There's a lot of people in the chat that just happen to be swarming around, and they got me thinking, So Cole Ogden right now laying it down, just absolutely phenomenal right now. Ty Tessman is out front. Cole Ogden in 2nd. Jared Tebow in 3rd. Ryan Cavallari in 4th. Dakota Finn in 5th. Ryan Mayfield in 6th after that catastrophic first lap for him. Pickett, Lutz, Alex K, Truey, Rivkin, Page, Drake, and Jellin.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing from Cole Ogden right now. It's just, he's never done this at the Roar Nationals, been this competitive, this early, that impressive in the semifinal. I think he may have finished in the top 5 or so in truck one year, but I mean, like this is something else. Even if this ends up in nothing, it's sure been a lot of fun to talk about.
He was 1.6 seconds faster than Ty Tessman. He is now your leader. Cole Ogden is now your leader. Ladies and gentlemen of the 2017 Roar Off-Road Fuel Nationals, Ogden, a lap down in the semi, was awarded a penalty. Oh, I guess you'd say awarded.
Right, yeah.
Given a penalty of 1 lap. He started 1 lap down, somehow made it up to 3rd, and now he is leading.
And Tessman with a mistake has dropped down. That's going to give Ogden a little bit of breathing room. And I thought it was interesting that Ryan Mayfield, after winning his semifinal, said, yeah, but like Ogden should have won that, and he's going to be one to watch in the main. And Mayfield called it. Cole is, at least here in the opening minutes of this one, I mean, hope that he doesn't just go out and burn his tires off.
Wow. Well, we've got a lot of racing left to go. That's no doubt. We've seen it happen before. But right now, Cole Ogden, and I would imagine at this point, the number of jaws that have hit the ground with what's happening is probably a Guinness Book of World Records. I mean, it just, wow. So it's Ogden, Tessman, Tebow, Cavallari. Dakota Finn from 14th on the grid is now 5th. Ryan Mayfield after the bad start in 6th. Ryan Lutz in 7th. Blake Pickett in the 8th spot. Rivkin drops to 9th. Truey in the top 10.
I don't understand, but it's a lot of fun. Ty Tessman slipping back off of Ogden a little bit, trying to keep him in sight.
31.8, a new fast lap, the only driver to get down the 31-second lap range.
Wow. What is going on here? Tessman, we know, one of the most successful drivers of the last 5 years or so. We know that he has what it takes to win these races. We know that this could be a very calm, calculated move.
Wow.
Let Ogden get out front and burn those tires off. He knows he just has to stay close.
Did you just see Cole Ogden right there? He hit that hole. The car went sideways. He literally scrubbed that thing so close to the ground. He could not have gotten any closer to the takeoff and landing and still made that jump. That was incredible right there from Cole Ogden. And, I think a lot of it, from what little I know about Cole Ogden, he runs on emotions for sure. And I think Cole Ogden was pretty fired up over the whole thing. And I think instead of letting that anger or whatever get to him in the sense of, ruining his weekend or whatever, he turned that thing into just straight passion.
Joe Bornhorst in a red T-shirt coming on the straightaway is just clapping like crazy for Cole as he came onto the back straight back there. You're right. Cole is a very emotional racer and feeds off of that. Most people, when they get a little fired up like that, it slows them down. But like I asked him after the semifinal if that sort of lit a fire under his feet. And, yeah, he's burning right now.
Yeah. Unbelievable right now. Ty Tessman in the number 2 spot. He's fallen back 3.1 seconds back from Ogden. Ryan Cavallari is now back up to the number 3 spot. And look at this, though. I honestly think at this point, Ogden's biggest competition, aside from Tessman, is probably going to be Ryan Mayfield.
Right.
Mayfield dropped all the way back to 10th to start this one out, and he's now back up to the number 4 spot. So Mayfield's going to be one you're going to want to keep an eye on. Mayfield is only 1/10 of a second back from Cavallari now. Cavallari and Mayfield going to be going back and forth for that number 3 and 4 spot.
Here is Cavallari and Mayfield going through the whoop section. Cavallari with a little bit of a gap, but got out of shape going through the whoop section. Mayfield a little more controlled through those bumps. And they were actually 2 seconds behind the line last time by. Mayfield perhaps with a little bit of a bobble on the front side of the track. Here's a cool shot here of what we've been calling the wave.
Wow, that's a really neat angle right there. And you can see that ridge runs almost diagonally. I mean, not almost. It does. Runs diagonally across the track, which is a very unique feature.
Right. We don't see that a whole lot. And because the track's been so loose, and especially since it started blowing out, it is totally different than it was at the beginning of the weekend.
Absolutely. Now, these two drivers, obviously longtime teammates, part of Team Associated, and then Ryan Mayfield made the switch to TLR, and then this year he's now on the Mugen-Seiki Racing team, and of course Yokomo for 10 scale. So these two drivers, no strangers to racing one another, and this is the battle for third right now as they come back around. And Mayfield coming in for fuel now, 7:30 down here in this one. Mayfield going to be the first one out of the bunch to pit, so he is in and out right there with a 6.7 second pit stop. Pretty fast pit there for Ryan Mayfield.
That was a good one. Yep. Tim Long on the fuel gun, and I'm not sure who that was that picked up the car.
I got a feeling that might have been J.R. Mitch.
Yeah, good call. So Ogden, Tessman, Cavallari, Tebow, Mayfield, of course, is pitted now. Ogden in pit lane.
So Ogden in and out. Ogden with a 7.7.
Oh,
is that
off
Ogden?
the track.
That was Ogden, I believe.
Yeah,
it was. That was Cole Ogden.
Little overzealous on his way out of pit lane, so we'll have to see after this first round of pit stops all go through who's got what. And we may see Tessman here trying to cut out a pit stop like Adam Drake. Tessman, Mugen saw an orange shirt running out of pit lane. Ryan Mayfield may have flamed out.
Cole Ogden still running.
Yes, Ryan Mayfield. Oh, who is it? Mugen car of some kind. You sure it wasn't Mayfield?
We're talking to our producer here in our headset.
Yeah, sorry.
Trying to figure out who that was. I believe
Somebody
it was
getting
Ryan Mayfield. It was Ryan Mayfield.
Oh,
Mayfield
man.
wow. So right there, the stars are aligning for Cole Ogden as
he does have to take down the 2014 world champion Ty Tessman, though.
He's back to the front.
Oh.
So there it is, Cole Ogden back leading this one.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Cole Ogden to the front. Cavallari in second now. Tebow in third. Ryan Lutz in fourth. Ty Tessman now dropping to that number 6 spot. Now to the 7th spot. What is going on with Ty Tessman? Looking at the scoring right now, Tessman has dropped back to 7th, down to 8th. Oh, Ogden stuck on the pipe now. Ryan Cavallari may go by. We are looking now for Ty Tessman. Tessman is now back to 10th, so I believe Tessman may have had a flame out as well. Could that be the case? Unbelievable. Ty Tessman and Ryan Mayfield.
I thought we were in Fremont, Indiana, but we are in the Twilight Zone.
I don't even know where we are at this point, as there's Ty Tessman coming around with a 1 minute, 21 second lap time.
Man.
We'll have to see what happened and make sure. There is Ryan Cavallari.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he didn't miss a lap. I'm assuming something had to have happened. Well, he would have had to miss several laps at 121. Tessman flamed out. We've just got official word that Tessman did flame out. Unreal. So now, ladies and gentlemen, your Mugen-Seiki driver, Cole Ogden, is leading this one ahead of Ryan Cavallari. 7.7 seconds ahead of him right now. Jared Tebow in the number 3 spot. Ryan Lutz in the 4. Mike Truey in the 5. Spencer Rivgan, Dakota Finn, Alex Kay, Adam Drake, and Blake Pickett, your top 10.
This is Bizarro World. And Cole Ogden out front, following along here, though, with
This is perhaps the
This is Tebow and Tessman. Tessman's behind him, but apparently
they're a lap apart.
Cavalieri is right behind or close behind Cole Ogden.
Down the front stretch, yeah.
Battle for the lead shaping up on the left side of the track. And Ryan Cavalieri, a multi-time national champion, has already won championships with 2 different manufacturers. Of course, still with Team Associated, with whom he won his last title. And Cole Ogden looking for the biggest win of his career in his first War National Championship. Cavalieri, though, the wily veteran, has definitely has definitely raced at this level before, knows what it takes to win these major races. So what Ogden might have in sheer determination right now, Cavalieri may match in experience. We'll have to see how this shakes out over the next 48 minutes.
I tell you, to be honest with you, if this was the first couple laps and Ogden got out front, that's surprising enough. But I mean, we're 12 minutes into this thing,
right.
And by this point, usually, I'm not going to say everybody's sort of where they're going to finish necessarily, but you kind of see how it's going to work out.
I love how everyone coming onto the straightaway is cheering on Cole.
It's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. And the other racers that aren't in the final that, have the talent to be there, they may not even be friends with Cole, but literally everyone around the entire track right now is cheering on Cole Ogden.
You got to respect what he's been able to put together so far in this one. And even after the semifinal, that was an incredible drive.
We just saw 2 drivers get to. That was Tebow.
And was that Cavalieri?
It might have been Jared Tebow. Now up into the number 2 spot, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So those 2 drivers get together. Look at that. That is just too cool.
Will Tebow be able to reel in Ogden?
Now, see, Tebow is another one. Tebow, round 1 qualifying TQ for Buggy. Here comes Tebow down the front stretch.
2.8 seconds behind at the finish line. So Jared Tebow looking for his second national championship. This is one of the races where he's had this and the 8-Skill Worlds are the 2 races where he's been Ogden off the lane, Tebow by for the lead, and this changes everything because Tebow is one of those drivers that we've seen get out front and just disappear. Ogden we haven't seen in that sort of situation, and
that's absolutely true.
A mistake from Ogden. Not to say that we've been expecting mistakes like that. We just haven't seen him at this level put together 14 minutes like that at this sort of pace. So we'll see now if Ogden's able to reel Jared in, if Jared's just going to sort of drive off into the Indiana evening here.
This national championship has been just absolutely a wild one. I'm going to say the greatest one I've seen, watched, been to so far ever. This has been the most exciting, no doubt. And I tell you, Jared Tebow here this weekend, and ironically, just before the event, he decided last minute, I'm not going to fly out there.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to drive out here, and I'm going to bring my entire family.
Right. Wife and 3 kids.
Jared and his wife and his 3 kids are all here in attendance for this year's Nats, and now their dad and husband out there leading the 2017 Roar 8-Scale Off-Road National Championship. This is fantastic right now for Jared Tebow. Cole Ogden still in that number 2 spot. Sitting in second, still impressive right now. And now Ryan Cavalieri, just as I say that, moves his way up into second. Ogden drops to third. Spencer Rivkin, last year's champion, in the number 4 spot. Ryan Lutz in 5th. Truey, Finn, Alex Kay, Adam Drake, and Blake Pickett running out your top 10. Tessman sitting 11th. Page in 12th, and C.J. Jones and Ryan Mayfield off the track.
I'm really quite shocked that Mayfield's out of the race so early. Did not see that coming. He's had a really great record so far this year of finishing races, and thought he would contend for the title here. Did not expect that we'd come to this race and leave without Mayfield winning either class, so that's a little weird. But Tebow out front trying to win for the first time since 2010. He's been with Kyosho all that time. In fact, switched to Kyosho, I believe, in 2009. And, yeah, this would be quite the story for him. Switched back to Kyosho, you're right. He ran 8-Scale for Kyosho back when he was driving 10-Scale cars for Team Associated. And then went to the O'Donnell 8-Scale car. TQ'd the 2008 Nationals and then didn't win. And then switched to Kyosho in 2009. Next year, he won both championships. And it looked like at that point, with him back home at Kyosho, that he was going to go on a tear. But he hasn't had the luck since, at least as far as the Roar Nationals goes. He's won a whole bunch of other major races.
And
here is defending champion Spencer Ripken with a tumble.
And he's upside down now. And looking here on the official timing and scoring, Cole Ogden has dropped back to the number 5 spot. Dakota Finn is up to 6.
I think that was Lutz that just went by Ripken for the 3rd spot.
So Ryan Lutz is now up into 3rd, the Techno RC driver down the backstretch. I like the fact that Joe Bornhorst is not cheering for Ryan Lutz, but he's out there cheering for Cole Ogden.
Yeah.
That shows the impact that Cole Ogden has had on everybody this weekend. Oh, and look at Cole. Cole getting right up in there with Ripken now. This is a good battle here as Ogden in that 5 spot chasing down Ripken, and there's Lutz. Lutz makes a mistake now. So Lutz and Ripken getting together a bit. Ripken goes by. Ripken back up to the number 3 spot. Lutz drops to 4. Dakota Finn, I believe, is going to move up to the number 5 spot, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he does. And Cole Ogden in the number 6 spot. So we're looking at Spencer Ripken right now. So Jared Tebow out front by about 4 seconds over Ryan Cavallari. Jared Tebow, the Team Kyosho driver, running the Maxima engines, Maxima fuel, a.k.a. tires. 17 minutes down, 43 to go here in this one.
Tebow out front looking to give.
Oh, look at this battle.
Maxima MX their first national championship. Another Maxima MX driver, Spencer Ripken, trying to hold off Ryan Lutz.
And Ripken in for fuel now, coming into pit lane.
Looks like that's Mike Dana and maybe Richard pitting for him.
I believe, Richard Saxton in and out there.
7.4 for Spencer Ripken's fuel stop there. So Ty Tessman, oh yeah, because he wouldn't have triggered the pit in lap when he flamed out and got carried back. So that's why he's the only one that hasn't registered a pit stop yet. Lutz and Fenn still need to pit. Great run for Fenn so
That's
far.
what I was just getting ready to point out to you.
Where did that come from?
He has struggled all weekend. He barely made it into this. He made it purely by luck. I mean,
well, by time.
But he did not get a direct transfer. It came, as you were saying, he finished 7th. It came down to who was the fastest 7th place finisher. And now he finds himself in the top 5. Well, he drops to 6 right there behind Cole Ogden. But so right now, Ripken, Lutz, Ogden, Finn, all right there together. Good battle between all of those guys as we look at our Race Day Hobbies pit lane cam. So there's Ryan Lutz right there. He's got Cole Ogden now ahead of him. So Ripken in 3rd. Ogden moves back up into the number 4 spot with 18:40 down, 41:20 to go here in this one.
Even if Ogden doesn't win this race, running in the top 5, if he can finish it out in the top 5, that would be quite the performance.
The fact, if he doesn't finish this race at all, the fact that he came back to lead the first.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I mean,
the fact that he could at this point blow out and finish 12th, and doing what he did at the beginning of the race was impressive.
Yes, it's still going to go down the history books, that's for sure.
Well, no, because the RC industry is really bad about tracking its history. There are no books.
Let's say the memory books.
Okay.
Everyone's memory. Oh, and Ogden followed Ripken as they
monkey
both
see, monkey do.
Yeah, and Lutz coming up on him now. So now we got a battle between Ripken, Ogden, and Lutz.
Yeah, 3-way battle.
Oh, that's spot. Ogden. Ogden goes upside down. Lutz goes on by. So Lutz now moving up to the number 4 spot. 19:30 down, 40:30 to go.
Let's see what Fenn can do if he can make his way up. Still just not even 1/3 of the way through this race. A lot of time left. The top 7 drivers have all pitted for their second time, so they're all on the same strategy here.
And there's Dakota Finn
Actually,
right there.
Cole Ogden is going to stop one more time than everybody by the end of the race. He's only going 7.5. Everyone else is going 8.5.
Good point. Oh, Ogden right there. So Finn gets by Ogden now, and as Finn is in the top 5, he's got Ogden right behind him. Boy, Ogden just pushing him through that section right now. And Ogden around the outside. Ogden trying to, Ogden showed him a wheel. They bumped a little. Finn takes the spot right back from him. Down the backstretch they go. Mike Truey going to be in the 7 spot. Adam Drake in the 8. Meanwhile, Jared Tebow out front here in this one. And Jared Tebow now and Ryan Cavallari. We've got a battle for the lead on our hands as they head onto the backside of the track. There's Jared Tebow. Down the backside, on the right side, coming back around now. Started in the 6th spot on the grid. He is now up into the lead. And there you see not far back from him down the front stretch is Ryan Cavallari.
Tebow and Cavallari, the only, Actually, Thibaut, Cavallari, and Rivkin, the only world champions in this race, and they're all standing right together on the driver's stand.
They sure are. What a fantastic shot right there.
Oh, and Ty Tessman, sorry. So from left to right there, we've got Tessman, Rivkin, Thibaut, Cavallari, and then
C.J. Jellin.
Yeah, C.J. Jellin, who may win a world championship before he's done if he keeps this up.
I got a feeling that's probably not going to be a problem.
Thibaut down the front straightaway, double, tabletop, double.
So Thibaut right now out to a 5-second lead. So he's gapped out just a little bit now on Cavallari. Spencer Rivkin, Ryan Cavallari's team associated teammate in that number 4 spot. 3 spot, Ryan Lutz in 4, Dakota Finn in 5th, Ogden, Truy, Drake, Tessman, Alex K, Pickett, Page, Jellin, and Mayfield. Looking at our ProTech RC speed trap.
Jared Thibaut, 21.1 as he got on the brakes in the middle of the trap. Ryan Cavallari, 21.1. 25.8, Adam Drake driving it a little harder into the turn. Spencer Rivkin, 23.2.
Oh, that was Ogden right there. Traction rolling at the end of the back straight, I believe. Dakota Finn.
Oh, so Finn from the 5th spot was battling with Lutz and blew off track a bit.
And now Ryan Lutz has closed the gap up on Ryan Cavallari.
And here is a battle for the 3rd spot. They are a bit behind Spencer Rivkin.
So there they go through the switchback sections into the wave.
Can't say enough for how Ryan Lutz has improved over the last couple of years. He went from being in the main and running around mid-pack and might run into a good finish here and there to really being a contender for a podium spot at every major race we go to.
Well, you know, I think I have to say, in my opinion, I think Ryan Lutz has finally found a full equipment package that, oh, wow! Lutz and Cavallari, I believe, just made contact, and Cavallari getting the short end of the stick on that one.
And who was that sitting upside down? Was that
I don't know if that was Tessman or not, but Lutz and Cavallari made some contact there. Cavallari crashed, it looked to me like, on that stair step down, and then Lutz coming in hot. And I'm not sure that he necessarily meant to, but they got together and it put Cavallari back on his lid. But where I was going was, I believe Lutz finally has a complete equipment package that is together,
absolutely
working good. And I'm not saying what he was running before by any means wasn't good. I just don't think it necessarily worked for him. I don't think he could get it dialed in.
Definitely didn't click the way it has with this stuff.
Absolutely not. I think the OS-powered Techno,
the block. Engine.
The block. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
based upon
block. Yeah.
based upon an OS engine.
Right.
The block-powered Techno, I think, is kind of the ticket for him, and I think everything's working really well for him right now. And I think now is his time to shine. That's for sure.
Dakota Fenn running about 2.4 seconds behind Ryan Lutz, I believe. Now Fenned up on the pipe a little bit. Here comes Cavallari right behind him. And you just see Lutz a bit out of frame there. So that is 3rd, 4th, and 5th all right together. And Rivkin's not far ahead of that. But Thibaut is enjoying a little bit of an advantage on the melee behind. Cavallari looking for a way around Fenn. It's almost like he's holding him up. Fenn with a little mistake.
Wow.
Cavallari goes by.
That was a super close pass right there. And Cavallari just about got clipped in the rear wheel there by Dakota Fenn. Oh, Dakota tumbling. So more troubles, and that's going to let Cole Ogden go by. Oh, nope, maybe not. That's not Cole Ogden.
Nope.
Maybe. Nope. Yep. Nope. And there you see Joe Bornhorst. Oh, he's not even using his own hat to cheer. He stole it off the guy standing next to him.
So Ryan Mayfield will not be rejoining the race. His transmitter's in pieces.
Did that come before or after?
Draw your own conclusion.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
With Jared Thibaut out front by a long way. Spencer Rivkin out in the 2nd spot. Lutz 3rd, Cavallari 4th, Dakota Fenn 5th. Those 4 drivers are all stacked up together.
As they're working their way around right now. And I tell you, this would be, that's Drake trying to save it there. For Jared Thibaut, I think this would be probably, aside from maybe winning a world championship, this would be
Yeah, I think the biggest win of his career would probably be his first four-wheel drive world championship in Japan back in 2007. And then second is probably the two-wheel drive world title in 2013. If he wins this buggy race, I think that would probably be the third biggest win of his life.
I think emotionally too. I think it's going to be huge for Jared if he can win this one. Right now he's on track to do so, but we are not even to the halfway mark here in this one. It's Jared Tebow out front, Spencer Rivkin in the number 2 spot, Ryan Cavallari in 3rd, Ryan Lutz in 4th, Dakota Finn in 5th, Ogden, Truey, Drake, Tessman, Alex Kay, Blake Pickett, Michael Page, CJ Jellin, and unfortunately we have received word that Ryan Mayfield will not be returning to this one.
No. Probably not.
Oh, that was Ryan Cavallari, I believe.
We received word in picture form that he will not be returning to the
photo
race.
Evidence that he will not be returning to the race.
Happy Gilmore missing the 6-inch putt, and here comes the putter throw. Wait, he's restrained himself. This could be a new Happy Gilmore.
You know, the thing about it is, it irritates me if you see some frustration, and things like that happening on a local level and that kind of thing. But these guys, this is their livelihood, and the amount of pressure and everything that's on the line for these guys, I'm not going to say it makes it right, but it definitely justifies it a bit.
No. Depends on perspective. So, whoa, and what's up with Tebow?
Jared Tebow.
Hold on. Let's wait for confirmation. But our scoring screen, because we haven't seen it yet.
Well, I'm watching him on the scoring screen plummet to the bottom. Tebow in the 6th now.
Maybe he missed the loop.
Tebow in 6th, drops to 7th on the timing. He's back to 6th. This is bizarre to me, but look at on the track right now.
Wow. So
Spencer Rivkin,
defending champion.
And he's got Ryan Lutz behind him right now. So now Spencer Rivkin.
Wouldn't this be a story?
Trying to take the national championship once again. Ryan Lutz trying to take the first right now for Techno RC and for himself.
Tessman went back-to-back in 2014, 2015. He was the first driver ever to win the buggy race twice in a row. If Spencer Rivkin does so, that'll be 2 pairs of wins. That's bizarre.
Wow. This is unbelievable right now. What a turn of events here in this one. So now it is Rivkin out front. Ryan Lutz in the number 2 spot. Ryan Cavallari in 3rd. Here comes the battle for the lead down the front stretch. 28:45 down, 31:15 left to go right now here in this one. Into the whoop section now. Rivkin, the team associated driver out of Arizona. Rivkin make a little bit of a mistake there. Techno RC driver Ryan Lutz out of Ohio.
It looked like Lutz just blew the corner, but he was going outside to the smooth part of that tabletop jump.
Yeah.
And this is interesting because, Rivkin's a world champion.
Yep.
But he's still really young.
Yep.
Ryan Lutz is quite a bit older, has been racing for a long time, but hasn't yet won one of these races. This is an interesting little matchup here. Rivkin did hold off Mayfield to win this race last year, so I would say he can stand up to the pressure, but the fact that Lutz hasn't been there yet maybe takes the pressure off of him? I don't know.
We'll see, and right now it looks like Rivkin's starting to stretch it out a little bit. And, the other thing about Ryan Lutz is he's played a lot of roles in the RC industry, not just as a professional driver. He's been a team manager. He's played a part in product and development, that kind of thing. He's got his own business, Lutz RC. So he's played a lot of roles in the RC world.
A slower car bouncing off a pipe over there, and Lutz barely able to sneak between the car and the pipe. Rivkin making a mistake, and that's going to allow Lutz to close back up.
And take a look at the number 7 spot right now. Ty Tessman, our top qualifier after that flame out, chugging along, and he's worked his way back up to 7th now. Oh, and
Rivkin got stuck between the big jump there.
So that means Ryan Lutz is now
back
your
out
leader.
Front. What?
Wow.
The first 30 minutes of this race have been so bizarre.
We said before this race started, let's hope this is an exciting race.
Oh, yeah. We both agreed we didn't want this race to be a blowout. And we didn't want to say that on camera because then it would make us look petty. if it did turn into a blowout, then it's like, oh, well, the Live RC guys are going to be mad. Got a Savox instant replay here. Here's Spencer Rivkin. A little wild over that tabletop. Got her back down for the S-turn. And then who knows what happened back there, but whoa, buddy.
Hang on to her. And he did not.
Who knows what the face of that jump looks like now.
But Ryan Lutz now taking over the top spot, now leading here in Fremont, Indiana at State Line Raceway. So first we saw Ty Tessman, your top qualifier, flame out.
Wait. So Tebow had a 2-minute and 49-second lap.
Now he's back on top.
Missed a bunch of laps, and now he's back out front.
What?
So we'll have to get confirmation from timing here.
Okay, so now nothing has happened to Jared Tebow. This is just bizarre. How does he miss that many laps?
I don't know. We're working on it. We've got a direct line to the official timing tower.
Okay.
Okay, so Tebow's transponder has stopped working, so they will be hand counting him.
Now,
that's the right way to do it.
Okay, I'm not going to question. I'll let it go.
There, I think the argument that you should penalize somebody for a transponder that malfunctions is completely bogus. Decide the race on the racetrack.
Yeah, as long as yes, I would agree.
There's no way for these drivers to diagnose a problem with a transponder. It was working at the beginning of the race. This is the right decision. That's all there is to it. I will not even entertain different explanations. Tebow is the leader right now. He's still got a chance at winning another national
I agree.
title.
He's the leader. I'm not asking you to entertain anything. I'm just saying, if it comes down to a cross the line at the same time, how are they going to decide that? Because how are you going to say that the hand counting was accurate?
Well, because they're going to be on video.
Fair enough. Okay, we'll see.
That's why we're here.
Hopefully it doesn't come down to that, but we'll see. Jared Tebow, so now out front. So Ryan Lutz not leading this race. Apparently Tebow's transponder went not working. And so now Ryan Lutz in second, Rivkin in third, Cavallari in fourth, Dakota Finn in fifth, Ogden in sixth, Truey in seventh, Tessman in eighth, Drake, Alex Kay, Blake Pickett, Michael Page, and CJ Jellin. Dakota Finn working his way into the top five.
No kidding. Dakota with a great run. Tebow, Rivkin, Lutz, Cavallari, Fenn, top five. New personal best lap of the race for Ryan Cavallari, 32.1 last time by. Tebow, Rivkin, Lutz, Cavallari, and Fenn. The running order at the moment. Tebow with a gap over Spencer Rivkin, former champion, over defending champion. Ryan Lutz with a shot at his first national championship.
So Tebow out front. Tebow leading the way. Ryan Lutz second, Spencer Rivkin third, Ryan Cavallari fourth, Dakota Finn fifth, Ogden sixth, Tessman, Truey, Drake, Alex Kay, Blake Pickett, Michael Page, and CJ Jellin. As you can see, Ryan Cavallari coming in for fuel here. Several drivers coming in. So Jared Tebow out front leading the way right now, looking for a national championship win here in this one.
Incredible run still in the works for Ryan Lutz. Would love to see him on another podium. Defending champion Spencer Rivkin not out of this one by any means. Ryan Cavalieri, I'm sure he would love to win yet another championship. Running fourth, Dakota Fenn. As much as Dakota Fenn, I'm sure, would have loved to have won this race. I'm sure he'll be happy just to finish in the top 5. And Cole Ogden, we'll be talking about his run up toward the front in this race for a while. This is probably more where we thought he would finish.
23 minutes left to go here in this one. Things seem to be calming down a little bit. Not quite the wild and excitement we had early on. So Tebow still out front leading the way. Ryan Lutz in second. Spencer Ripken in third. Cavalieri and Dakota Fenn, your top 5. Fast lap of the race. Can't really count that one. So we'll go with the next fastest. How about be a 31.8, it looks like, by Cole Ogden, going to be the fastest. 31.4 by Ryan Cavalieri, going to be the fastest.
Tebow, Lutz, and Rivkin still top 3 following along here with Ryan Lutz looking for a second place finish. I believe that's Ogden right behind him. That would be a lap down. The blue, orange, and pink Techno RC buggy onto the front section now, going double, single, double. You see the face of that second takeoff jump down there getting beat up as well. Because at this point we've had tens of thousands of laps on the track. And the course is showing the appropriate wear. No real battles much anywhere. Lutz and Rivkin may not be too far apart. About 5 seconds separating second and third.
Cavalieri getting tangled up there. Watching Ryan Cavalieri, our 4th place driver, as he works his way around onto the right-hand side. Dakota Fenn in 5th. So 39, coming up on 39 minutes down, 21 minutes left to go. It'll be Tebow, Lutz, Rivkin, Cavalieri, Fenn, Tessman, Ogden, Truey, Alex K, Adam Drake, Blake Pickett, Michael Page, CJ Jellin, and Ryan Mayfield.
Got a Savox instant replay here. Cavalieri through the S-turn section. And heading into the wave. Oh, he spun out, caught a pipe there. And had to turn back around.
39-30 down, 20-30 to go. Jared Tebow still out front here in this one.
$20 minutes left to go. 2/3 of the way through this one. Cavalieri rolling it over again. So Cavalieri, like Cole Ogden, a bit of a flash there at the beginning of the race, but has not been able to keep it up since.
It's Tebow, Lutz, Rivkin, Cavalieri, Fenn, Tessman, Ogden, Truey, Alex K, Adam Drake, Blake Pickett, Michael Page, CJ Jellin, and Ryan Mayfield. And right now we are looking at our current leader, Jared Tebow, the Kyosho driver. Tebow working his way into the wave section. Back onto the backside of the track right now. Tebow out front with an 11-second lead on Ryan Lutz.
So the official Roar rule about the personal transponder states, when personal transponders are used, please interrupt me if anything exciting happens. I'll read this up. When personal transponders are used, these must be fastened to the vehicle in a permanent manner. The race director can direct the placement of transponders and require a change of position in the event of bad reception. If a transponder is not installed, is lost, or falls out during a race, the driver will not be scored in that race. The driver is responsible for ensuring that the correct transponder is fitted to the vehicle and that the correct personal transponder number has been provided for the scoring program. If duplicate transponder numbers are received at registration, then the original A and B number has priority over the duplicate. Placing a transponder in a location that may damage the transponder is prohibited. Final results will be based on the transponder counts. So it doesn't really say anything in there about, I mean, if Tebow has been running the same transponder all week and it hasn't had a problem, then
it says right at the bottom it's based on transponder.
Right. Yeah, so this could be challenged, I guess. I mean,
you should have entertained that idea.
Well, just because, like,
I'm not saying morally it's right. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying if you go by the rules, if they're going to enforce the rules and dock somebody a lap because their volunteer turn marshal wasn't out there, where are the rules now?
Right.
And I'm saying I'm sure
that's true.
They won't come into play, but this is why we see controversy when it comes to sanctioning bodies.
Yep.
So that's.
Although there is a rule 14 HF, numbers are essential vehicle identification for the officials to assure fairness as well as for scorekeeping should the racer's transponder fail to operate.
So they have two rules that go against
contradict each other,
which makes absolutely no sense.
Right.
So therefore,
which is why I think it goes back to scoring the race in good faith, which is to do everything possible such that the championship is decided on the racetrack.
I would not want. I want to see Jared win this race more than anybody. I just, it frustrates me when I see the rules bent and changed depending on what's going on and who it is.
Sure.
So.
But, yeah, it's unclear what happens if the transponder fails during the race. And really, like, I think that what it says about the numbers, you have to have the right number on the car so that the cars can be scored correctly in the event of a failure. And really, I think if you have somebody that goes out and puts in a lights out 60 minutes and wins the race, and they don't because their transponder failed and there was no way for them to prepare for it, and the rest of their car stayed together, I think that's more bogus than saying, oh, well, his transponder failed, so he doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how that is all handled, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
And I think either way, there's going to be the fact that they have two rules that go against each other just makes zero sense. So we'll see how that plays out. Meanwhile, back on the track, Jared Tebow is your leader. Ryan Lutz in second, Spencer Rivkin in third, Ryan Cavalieri in fourth, Ty Tessman in fifth, Ogden Finn, Truey, Alex Kay, Adam Drake, Blake, and Ryan Mayfield. In running order here in this one, 15 minutes left to go. No real excitement taking place on the track at this point as everybody is pretty spread out, which in most cases, not all cases, but in a 60-minute main, usually by 45 minutes. This is kind of what we've come to expect. Everybody's kind of found their place, and aside from anybody, flame outs or breakage or something like that, this is kind of how it is. And there we see, I believe that's Ty Tessman coming in for a quick splash and go. Tessman.
Really surprising to see Tessman have issues like this in a race. It just...
So there's your leader right there, Jared Tebow. Onto the backside of the track he goes. And I tell you what, Tebow looked dominant in the first round of qualifying, and he looks dominant here in the main as...
no kidding.
He's just been untouched after he got out front, and he's just on cruise control, I think, at this point.
Yeah, first round, it looked like, man, this could be Tebow's weekend. Second round, he came back to earth. Third round, okay. First round was good.
Yep.
Semifinal, Tebow will be all right. Final, no, Tebow's going to win.
So here we go, back through the whoop section. He works his way by Dakota Finn there, putting a lap on him. Ryan Lutz going to be 8 seconds back from him at this point. And now we're looking at Ryan Lutz, our second place driver in that pink Techno car. .46.40 down, 13:20 to go. Tebow, Lutz, Rivkin, Cavallari, Tessman, Ogden, Finn, Truey, Alex K, Adam Drake, Blake Pickett, Michael Page, CJ Jellin, Ryan Mayfield. And right now we're looking at Ryan Lutz. Oh, Lutz tumbling right there. Oh, Lutz putting it in the pipe. He is stuck. And back going once again. Spencer Rivkin sitting in third right now. So Jared Tebow out front. No real excitement going on here in this one right now. Dominating. We're seeing a Jared Tebow that we haven't seen for quite some time, and it's good to see him back in full force, that's for sure. As Tebow, Lutz, Rivkin, Cavallari, Tessman. Ty Tessman, obviously. And Mayfield had the flame out, unable to return to the track. And now Ty Tessman, he had a flame out, dropped him back. He was able to come back and is now in the 5th place spot. Of course, Cole Ogden at one point was leading this one. We thought Ryan Lutz was leading this one at one time. And, of course, Jared Tebow has taken over the lead and not looked back at this point. So Tebow working his way through traffic right now. Oh, Tebow gets caught up in a bit of traffic. There's about 4 cars ahead of him as they head down the back straight. And onto the right-hand side, back around to the front side now. And a battle now between Ryan Cavallari and Spencer Rivkin. So a little bit of excitement building. And now those two get together. Cavallari just pushed Rivkin straight off the track in the whip section, it looked like to me. We'll have to take a Savox instant replay of that one. And Tebow kind of getting caught up in the middle of this as they're working their way around. There's Rivkin and Cavallari.
Yeah, luckily for Tebow, he's got all the time in the world.
He can sit back and watch this one for just a little while.
Might be kind of entertaining when you've been out by yourself for that long.
So here comes the Savox instant replay. Let's see exactly what happened. Okay, so, nah, that wasn't really. He didn't mean to push him off the track. He just got loose in the whoops there and ended up pushing him off the track. So not intentional by any means, but Rivkin did get the short of the stick on that one, and Rivkin ended up in the infield. Oh, Rivkin rolling it over on his third. Rivkin in 4th, Ty Tessman in the number 5 spot. Coming up on the 50-minute mark with only 10 minutes left to go here in this one. We're looking at Jared Tebow, your leader, down the side straight there, working his way into the whip section. Ryan Lutz still in 2nd, Ryan Cavallari in 3rd, Spencer Rivkin in 4th, Ty Tessman in 5th, Ogden, Finn, Truey, Alex K, Adam Drake, Blake Pickett, Michael Page, CJ Jellin, and Ryan Mayfield.
Tebow, Lutz, and Cavallari, names that we've seen on the podium at many races over the last few years. As we check in here with Alex Koskiuszek running in the 9th spot. I'm sure he's going to be pumped. He can bring home a top 10 in his first time making the final in the Buggy class at this race. Well, actually won the open 4-wheel drive class at the Reedy race a couple years ago. Tiptoeing his way through the whoop section here. That yellow and red Team Associated buggy following right behind Adam Drake on the track. Although Koskiuszek is actually 1 spot ahead. Ty Tessman off the track again.
Another flame out for Tessman. So,
that doesn't
but you know, before this race, we saw Gord making engine adjustments on Ty's car.
It looks like
on the starting grid.
There's another X-ray car getting. Oh, CJ Jellin may be flaming out as well. Because we saw another X-ray mechanic there.
So 51 minutes down, 9 to go. It's Tebow, Lutz, Rivkin, Cavallari, Ogden, Finn, Tessman, Truey, Alex K, Adam Drake, Blake Pickett, Michael Page, CJ Gillen, and Ryan Mayfield. Working their way back around to the front side right now. Tebow out front here in this one. Lutz in the number 2 spot. Eight minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in this one. Tebow, Lutz, Rivkin, Cavallari, Ogden, Finn. Ahead of time?
No.
As of right now?
Yeah.
I would imagine the track announcer seeing that the scoring went for that long.
Oh, that's true. I guess we haven't. We don't know if the track announcer said anything.
Yeah, I would imagine the track announcer probably said so. I
don't know. I wouldn't really be cool with that, actually. I don't think the track announcer should have that sort of influence over driver psyche.
You mean telling him that his transponder's not working? Well, I was thinking more, if anything else, he was just reading the order as Ryan Lutz being out front because it went for so many laps.
Oh, right.
And I'm wondering if the reason it was caught, maybe
Jared screaming down,
yeah, exactly, or Joe Pillars or
right,
somebody.
Yeah, his mechanic running over. Like,
yeah, so I think he's probably aware of it at this point. But I think he also knows there's nothing he can do about it.
Right.
So
except for go out and
finish the best that he can and
drive his car and win the race.
Yeah.
And hope this works out the way that it should.
So 53 minutes down, 7 minutes to go.
That's about one fuel stop, really. Let's see, actually, Tebow's pitted for his last time. Lutz, looks like, Drake's definitely done pitting. So Pickett and Page are the only two on the track still that haven't pitted for their final.
30 seconds left to go on his way to winning here at the 2017 Roar 8-Scale Off-Road Fuel Nationals at State Line Raceway in Fremont, Indiana. Tebow looking for another national title. It would be his second in the 8-Scale Buggy class, but it's been 7 years. It'll be 7 years since he won his last title.
Yep.
And I
pretty
think
amazing gap between championships here, and how cool to be able to do it in front of his wife and 3 kids.
I think that makes it the best part right there, all of that. And I think this is going to be a big, Tebow goes upside down. I think this is going to be a big win in many ways. Could be the turning point to see a Jared we saw, many years ago.
Well, we got the FMAR Worlds coming up in China for 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. And Jared, of course, was the 2-wheel drive champion in 2013. Came up 1 spot short of going back-to-back in 2015. And so we'll have to see how he does on a track surface that we don't yet know if that's going to be a dirt or turf track. Sounds like probably going to be turf, but it's currently dirt. He's got 3rd place Spencer Rivkin behind him, 2 Maxima MX powered buggies. Checking out our Protect RC speed trap down the back straightaway. Tebow out of shape. Rivkin backs off. They both live to see another turn. Tebow tumbling off the ski jump there. Just trying to keep it moving. Ryan Lutz coming by the finish line.
Ryan Lutz. He can't be counted out of this one at this point. Rivkin, I believe, is a full lap down, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. So Lutz the only one really with a chance to beat Tebow, assuming nothing happens. And he would have to put in some pretty miraculous laps. But right now, Tebow and Lutz the only one. Rivkin is on the same lap, but he is 34 seconds back, it looks like, from Jared Tebow.
This race in the closing stages here. 4 minutes to go. Tebow just needs to keep on keeping on at this point. Ryan RC team. And Spencer Rivkin likely will not be going back-to-back as champion here in the 8-scale buggy class. But to finish third a year after winning, an incredibly bright career ahead of him.
I can only imagine at this point right now the face that Jared's wife Megan and their kids, Rosalind, Cole, and Nash, they have got to be just super pumped right now for their dad and of course her husband Jared, as this is absolutely phenomenal for Jared as he works his way back around to the front straight with only 3 minutes left to go. A family road trip to Indiana could end in a national championship title for Jared Tebow.
There, took elbows out like a true motocross racer.
Tebow bringing the moto style up on the driver's stand.
Not wearing the goggles though. We saw him in truck.
No goggles.
And flanked there by Ryan Cavallari on camera left, his right, and then Spencer Rivkin on the other side. And then CJ Gellin to the far left of the screen, the other driver you can see there in that window. And with 2:30 left to go, unless disaster strikes here in the closing laps.
We've got on the track, not even really battles, I wouldn't say, is Jared Tebow that last time by. Looks like he is roughly, we'll see what he's got here when Lutz comes around to the line. Lutz makes his way by now. 6.6 seconds back from Jared. Rivkin is quite a ways. Switchbacks now. Working his way through the wave and onto the backside of the track he goes, and everybody pulling out of the way. Tebow is on his way to victory. Ryan Lutz is trying to close that gap up. Here comes Tebow. Ryan Lutz with a 32.4. He is now 5.7 seconds behind Tebow. One minute left to go now. Jared Tebow coming down the front stretch here. He's only going to be making a couple more laps as he works his way into the whoop section now. Jumping his way through there. Ryan Lutz in that number 2 spot. Spencer Rivkin in the 3. Ryan Cavallari in the 4. Cole Ogden in the 5. Pickett, Michael Page, Gellin and Mayfield, your running order. 30 seconds left to go now. 30 seconds. This is going to be Jared Tebow's last lap as he works his way around right now. Ryan Lutz going to get one more as well. Up and over the stair step one more time. Up and over the little tabletop. 10 seconds to go. Up and over the catapult. Through the wave. 5 seconds left on that master clock. Down the backstretch now. 3, 2, 1. That is time. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 Roar 8-scale off-road fuel national champion, Jared Tebow. And you can see the emotion right now in Jared Tebow as he's pumping his fist. Right now, everybody congratulating Jared. What a fantastic run for Jared Tebow. Unbelievable. A crazy turn of events here. And we're going to send it down to Aaron Waldron for a Raw Speed Race Report with our Jared Tebow.
Down here with Jared Tebow winning his first Roar National Championship in the 8-scale field buggy class since 2010. Congratulations.
I don't really know what to say, man. I'm so happy.
You made the decision at the last minute not to fly down here, but instead to bring your wife and 3 children and to win this in front of them. I bet makes it extra sweet.
Yeah, it's awesome. I can't talk. Thanks.
No problem, man. Congratulations, Jared. Second place, Ryan Lutz, another podium finish. Wonderful job. You're getting kind of used to this.
Yeah, this year's been really consistent. Everything's coming together and doing really well. I'm bummed at myself at that one. I had it, but drove a good run, got second. That's my highest finish in Nitro, so Nitro Buggy. So pleased with that.
What's next for you after this one?
Hey, next race, 3 weeks away. So just want to say hi to my wife, hi Christine, and thanks everybody for watching and supporting me. Really appreciate it.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Thank you. Thank you.
And 2016 national champion Spencer Rivkin got close. You were in the mix there for a little bit, walking away with a third place.
Yeah, I mean, the start was honestly really good for me, and then I come around in the straightaway, and I was dead last on the second lap. So not that anybody else had any problems either, but I'm glad I worked my way through. My car was unreal in the main. I drove really good. My tires were the perfect choice. But yeah, like you said, the track's pretty rough, and it was a good experience for me for the future, and we'll move on to the next one.
Congratulations, Spencer.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for everybody.
So I think we're going to try to go find Jared after he's had a minute here to collect himself, and otherwise I'm going to head back to the A-Main broadcast studio for a studio wrap-up.
Wow, what a turn of events right there. A huge congratulations to Jared Tebow. A well-deserved win and a national championship title right there for Tebow. We will be right back for an in-studio wrap-up here from the 2017 Roar Off-Road Nationals. Stick with us right here on Live RC.
When it comes to true champions by design, beat hands down. Titles won over the decades, it's no wonder team-associated RC vehicles are the highest performing cars in behind the wheel of your very own team-associated radio-controlled car or truck and be part of the winning team. Will you be the next world champion?
This is the ProTech RC LS5. It's a 5-port long-stroke .21 nitro engine, perfect for buggies and great for truck. It features everything you'd expect, like an easy-to-tune, heat-resistant carburetor, turbo plug, large cooling head, and explosive power, all at a price point that blows away the competition. When you need unbelievable torque and gallon-after-gallon reliability, head on over to A-Main Hobbies and pick up the ProTech LS5.
Down here in the Live RC tent, and Jared got a chance to come down here and celebrate with his wife and children who are watching in the Live RC tent. And now Jared's talking to a Kyosho fan here. We're going to try to get another word with him. Obviously, that's cool, dude. Obviously an emotional day for you.
Yeah, just, people don't realize all the work that goes into it. And, when you don't get the results that you want and you try, it's just, when it actually happens, it's just, can't really believe it.
But not quite up at the top of the charts here. Semifinal went okay, and then something clicked in the main.
Yeah, my car felt really good the whole time. Just I kept, just kind of having some errors just driving. My car was good in all the qualifiers, and then was trying some different tires, and that's just kind of what happened. It was, really similar to what happened at the Worlds. Everyone, and I went that way for the semi, and it just didn't suit me at all. So I basically did exactly what I did at the Worlds and went, to the tire, like the impact, and I made a couple shock changes. I thought something broke in my car in the semi, but I think my shocks just overheated. So I went up on my oil and put a stiffer rear sway bar on, and actually I put my Truggy engine in because my bearings went out in that semi and my Buggy motor, and it was just like I leaned the bottom 1 hour and the Truggy engine ran perfect. My plan was to go 10 with my other engine, but we decided not to just because we weren't sure with the different engine for the final. But my car was great, and the track was just really, really difficult, and yeah, just so happy.
Did you know that you had a transfer?
Halfway through, I dropped to 9th, and she's like, "All right, kids, let's go back. Daddy broke." And then, I started popping up again. Yeah, I have no idea.
For you and Joe to be.
Yeah, I haven't had any title since 2013, and it's as a racer, you always want to win, and it's so hard. I put so much work in, and people just don't realize that, and it's really special. Me and Joe have been working together for 8.5 years now, and he works hard just like I do, and we both want to win really bad, and I feel like I've been letting him down a lot, and just haven't been able to have my head cleared and drive the way that I feel like I should be driving, and the track suited me really well, and yeah, just super happy. Can't really believe it. It's before the race, Rosalind was asking how many championships I had, and I had 16, and I said if I win I get 17, and that's my motocross number. It's like my favorite number, so it's pretty cool to get my 17th national championship today, and have the whole family here is really.
When you've got a wife and kids back home versus when it was just you and you could go out and practice and travel the world and not really have those missing those moments back home.
Yeah, it's a lot different. If I have a bad weekend, when I go home, it's not as easy just to go to the track for a bunch of days in a row, and when I get home, I'm the dad and the husband, and I have to make sure everything's going good at home and help Megan, and so many things change, and even just the pressure change to keep doing good, to keep my contracts, to get the bonuses, to pay for everything for the kids, and have a mortgage, and all sorts of things. A lot of stuff changes as you get older, and the pressure is a lot harder, and that's something that I've had a hard time dealing with. And then just the sacrifice, the mentality, the attitude you have to win is different. The people that can win, have won, understand what it takes. But it's tough trying to be a good father and a good husband and a good racer all at the same time.
And what about at a race like this where I'm sure sitting over in the pit area, that you've got stuff to do, but that your 3 little ones are out riding bikes and playing around, and I've seen your Instagram channel. I'm sure you'd be out, loving to ride around bikes with them.
Yeah, it's been, it's actually been really good. It was super last minute, Monday night at 6 p.m. We're like, hey, why don't we all just go? We called, they had 1 room left. And actually, I talked to the guy, because at first they said they had no rooms. I'm like, oh, we actually have 1 room. And I talked to someone, they're like, oh, yeah, I canceled on Monday. So, I got whoever's room that was. And it was great to have them here. They really helped clear my mind. And, they're here only for me. Joe is here for me, but, he wants some other guys to do good too. Not that, he's not totally for me, but, family, it's like they're only here for me. And something with that is just something special. It's hard to beat having the family here. And it was, in the hotel, it was totally hectic trying to, give 3 different baths and get them all to bed. And, then we try to get to bed, and it's like they're up at 6:30 no matter what time we go to bed. So it was definitely different. I have a certain routine and certain things I like in the hotel, and that was totally off. And, maybe that's just what I needed just to clear my head a little bit.
And so coming up later this year, we still got a couple of races, especially the IFMAR World Championships for 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive in China. You won the World Championships at 2-wheel 4 years ago. You were really close 2 years ago. What are you thinking about going into the China Worlds?
I'm feeling good. I think this is just a big weight off my shoulders. You know, I can tell myself I can still do it. I can still. You know, I finished it out. The track was really tough. I kept it together, and that's really important, you know, for me mentally. You know, Japan was really difficult mentally because I kind of threw it away at the end. And, you know, hopefully now I can have a little bit of confidence and you know, just keep working hard and, you know, try to do the best I can do. I always try to give my best. It's so mental. I've been really working on.
Anybody you want to say thank you to?
Yeah, all my sponsors, Kyosho MX, AKA KO, GS Hobbies. You know, they all still believe in me. Team Orion also, and you know, we never gave up. You know, Mark always has a really good attitude for me, and you know, he's always really rooting for me, helping me with the tire situation, and you know, that's really important. We have a great relationship there, and especially Joe, he helps a lot. You know, booking all the travel stuff, making sure everything's ready, the pits are all ready. You know, handling all my tire stuff when I'm here, and you know, any extra things that I need, always, you know, being my cheerleader and trying to, you know, make sure I'm happy. You know, I'm fed. If I need a marshal, if you know, he'll jump out there. Ophir Kamarian, he helped a lot this week, and at home and here, and just a career, and you know, just that the family could come out, and just really happy. You know, looking forward to tonight and.
Congratulations, Jared.
Thanks so much. Thanks, guys.
We collected quite the crowd out here. I'm going to head back inside for the AMA.com broadcast booth, and we can wrap up here from the 2017 Roar Fuel Off-Road Nationals in Fremont, Indiana.
Stay with us here on Live RC, as we will be right back with a studio wrap-up here in just a few minutes from a very exciting 2017 Roar 8-Scale Fuel Off-Road Nationals here at State Line Raceway in Fremont, Indiana. Once again, stick with us. We'll be right back to wrap up an exciting week of racing here on Live RC.
Welcome back to the AMA.com Performance Hobbies broadcast studio for the final time here at State Line RC Raceway in Fremont, Indiana. I'm Aaron Waldron here with Mike Garrison. We just finished watching two incredible finals to wrap up this day of main events here at the National Championship. And let's jump right into talking about the buggy final here. Jared Tebow, a wonderful performance, winning his first title since 2010, but we must point out that the ruling is still unofficial. The cars need to go through tech inspection, and also we understand the Roar officials here at the event are combing through the rule book to determine that there are no formalities that would cause the ruling of the race to change. Jared Tebow did have a transponder failure during the race, and so they hand counted him, which is what would have happened in the past, but they just want to make sure that they get this right and that there's no cloud hanging over the event.
Well, and I mean, I think it was more than obvious on the track. Jared drove like we haven't seen Jared drive in a long time.
Right.
A phenomenal race. Jared deserved the win. No matter how this comes out, Jared is the winner. I mean, Jared is the national champion, and I almost think at this point, Ryan Lutz being the guy that he is, if they said, hey, Jared's disqualified, what Ryan's going to say, no,
no one wants to win like that.
Nobody wants to win like that, and Jared deserves it, and you could see the emotion in his face, which I'm not going to lie to you, kind of got me teared up a little bit.
I know, I was standing right in front of him.
Yeah, it was like, man, you just see the passion that this guy has for the sport, and as far as the rules go, it's a tough situation for sure. We've heard all sorts of different rumors flying around that, they have one rule that says this, one that says that. And, in the end, I hope Jared gets the win, and I hope maybe Roar can look back at the rule book and adjust some things. I think there's some things that need to be adjusted, and this might be an eye-opener as to looking at them and making it better for the future.
I agree. I think the big takeaway here isn't that they may need to call this or that or whatever. Jared Tebow should clearly be the winner of this event, no matter what the rules say. If that means that the rules need to be adjusted going forward, I do believe that Roar, its officials, and the spirit of that rule book is to provide the fairest and best result and to respect what happened on the racetrack. And because there is a Roar rule in the rule book that says that the race director and its rule committee has the ability to make adjustments to the rules in order to protect to respect the results of the race and make it fair. I think that rule trumps everything else in there, and I trust that Roar will make it right, and perhaps this is a growing experience going forward, as you said.
I think
go for it.
I was just going to say, I think the only time that this would be an issue, which we kind of talked about when it happened during the race a little bit, is if Tebow and or anybody, it doesn't even have to be Tebow, but if somebody's being hand counted and somebody with a transponder is working, if they are in a close enough race that it comes right down to the wire and it comes down to a hand counting, I don't think at that point it's like, man, you can trust that guy hit the button at the exact time.
Well, no,
you can do the video review,
right?
That kind of
thing. You have the video replay.
But it's one of those things. That's where it could be an issue.
Sure.
In this race, it was clear cut. I mean, it was cut and dry. Jared Tebow dominated this race, and I couldn't be more happy for him, to be honest with you.
And couldn't be much happier either for Ryan Lutz, scoring a couple of podium finishes at this race. It's been really wonderful to see what TechnoRC has done in such a short time to go from a company that was making option parts for a Revo to making some of the best race cars on the planet. They've got two wonderful drivers here in the United States in Ryan Lutz and Joe Bornhorst. Ryan scoring a couple of podium finishes. We thought Joe might have a shot to be a little more competitive this weekend than he was, but I'm sure he'll rebound. The two of them have won a bunch of races all over the country, and a great drive here from Lutz.
Absolutely, absolutely. And how about our third-place finisher, of course, Spencer Rivkin?
Yep.
That's right.
A wonderful job there from the reigning national champion. I'm sure he would have loved to go back-to-back, but it's great to see Spencer, who has done really well in a lot of electric races, actually grew up racing Nitro and going to the Nitro pit. And, I think winning last year the national championship was kind of an eye-opener to a lot of fans that only watch Nitro Off-Road, didn't really realize that he was going to be able to come out and, go toe-to-toe with Ryan Mayfield like that. But I think coming back at this race and finishing third on the podium, kind of fought hard all weekend in order to get to that spot, that's going to earn him a lot of respect. And a wonderful drive for that young man as well. And in the truck class, Ty Tessman, a record-tying fourth championship in the truck division.
And X-Rays first.
Yeah, and X-Rays first Nitro Off-Road title.
With a new truck.
Yeah, that's true.
What a way to debut a new truck right there, taking a national championship win. That's pretty fantastic.
XT8 2017, new Proline shell on that truck. And just went out there, put his head down, had a great run. It wasn't that the people that he was racing with broke. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't that, something had gone wrong. Like, Ty just went out there and methodically won that race.
He did. He absolutely did. Unfortunately, we saw a lot of weird things happen in the buggy race. Ty flaming out, Mayfield flaming out, having some problems. But Ty clearly had no issues whatsoever in the truck race, and he was the man to beat, and nobody could get it done this weekend.
And Ryan Mayfield, defending champion, came up so close to winning another championship in there. Instead, he's now tied with Tessman for the most titles ever in that class. Mayfield, I thought, was very gracious with being excited about a second-place finish there. Of course he wanted to win, but he very much respects how well he and Ty raced together. And then third place, who finished there? Oh, that's right, Ryan Lutz. The only driver on the podium in both classes.
That is true. But Ryan, I would say, had a pretty successful weekend. Didn't walk away a national champion, but next best thing is podium on both.
He's been in the mix at every race he's been to this year. And, of course, our junior national champion, Camden Lime. Incredible show for Camden. He came in here. He told us early in the week his goal was to win the junior championship. Got it.
Came here. He specifically told us he came here racing the national part. Yeah, he was here for that. Yeah, whatever. That's cool. I came here for the junior race, he said. And by golly, he got the job done.
Yeah, and the junior race, I think, is one of the coolest things that we've seen at the Nationals in a very long time.
Absolutely.
Love seeing the younger racers out there get to showcase that young talent, and gives us a chance to see who's going to be the next Spencer Rivkin, who might be the next Ryan Cavallari, who could be the next Ryan Lutz.
Jared Tebow.
Yeah.
National champion.
Wonderful opportunity there for those younger drivers, and I can't say enough about what Kevin Myers and the State Line RC Raceway track crew did this week, rescuing us from a torrential downpour, a ton of water on the track.
And in the pits.
Oh yeah, the pit area was underwater, and to go from people worried about the fact that they didn't get the tarp on the track, and they get the tarp on the track, and then they take it off. There's all this water and all this mud, and they did a phenomenal job, and on top of that, took care of everyone wonderfully. I told the ladies over there working in the barbecue buffet on multiple occasions, this is the first RC race I've been to where I feel like I'm going home heavier than when I showed up. The best track food I've ever had.
How many pounds of taco meat was there?
40 or 45.
45 pounds of taco meat.
And then they ordered 40 pizzas.
Exactly. They ran out of taco meat, so then we're going to throw pizzas in the mix.
Yeah.
Just incredible people, incredible facility.
Games of cornhole, a campfire, a DJ. This was awesome.
It really was. It really was.
Thank you, everyone, for watching online. And thank you so much to our crew, our camera members, Bob Kendall, Brittany Jo Garrison, and Charlie Diekman, our producer, Eric Jensen, our director, Brandon Rohde. And up here, we've got Mike Garrison, and I am still Aaron Waldron. Thank you so much for watching us this week, and we'll see you soon coming up from the next event. Hope you had a lot of fun.
This is the ProTech RC LS5. It's a 5-port long stroke .21 nitro engine, perfect for buggies and great for truck. It features everything you'd expect, like an easy-to-tune, heat-resistant carburetor, turbo plug, large cooling head, and explosive power, all at a price point that blows away the competition. When you need unbelievable torque and gallon after gallon reliability, head on over to A-Main Hobbies and pick up the ProTech LS5.
When it comes to true champions by design, Team Associated radio-controlled cars have everyone beat, hands down. With multiple national and world titles won over the decades, it's no wonder Team Associated RC vehicles are the highest performing cars and trucks on the track today. So get behind the wheel of your very own Team Associated radio-controlled car or truck and be part of the winning team. Will you be the next world champion?
Hello, I'm Justin Fales here at the 2017 Nationals. I'm using the LFR Hammer Wing and LFR Assassin body on my buggy, and on my truggy I have the LFR Strife body and LFR Hammer Wing. I think these products are very durable, very stable. They're always my go-to. And for more information, visit www.leadfingerrc.com.
And just a quick word here from the booth. We have heard from Roar that they have decided the results for the 8-scale Buggy A main are official as far as the Roar rules go. They found nothing in their rule book by any interpretation that they feel changes the results. There will be a 15-minute window for anyone who chooses to protest the rules, and they will revisit the decision. But for now, the ruling on the track stands. We will let you know if anything changes, but for now, Jared Tebow, national champion for 2017.